Really, 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 really heavy.
What's up, guys? It's CLRCCA here, and today I have a special guest with me. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey guys, what's up? It's RedIsOrange.
And now, I know many of you are shocked. Yes, it is a female. Can you believe it? A female on YouTube.
It
Now,
happens every once in a while.
and believe it or not, I can guarantee you it is actually a female. It's not some guy posing as a chick to get subscribers. It's actually a girl. That's the really shocking part. But, yeah, being this is a first for my channel is having a female gamer on here, I decided to bring up something a little bit interesting. The differences between male and female gamers, and we're just kind of going to bring you a little bit of both viewpoints and, just talk about the differences. Now, I'm going to let you start off. I mean, what's the biggest difference that you can see? I mean, other than, we have a penis and you don't.
So yeah, aside from all that stuff, I would definitely say one of the biggest differences when I enter in any lobby, pretty much 100% of the time, I get a ton of, everybody starts shouting, you get a lot of grief, I get a whole bunch of, gross comments, just everyone seems to always want to bring up the fact that I'm a girl and I happen to be in there with them. And some are nice about it, but generally they're not. And I would assume this is just because it's a whole bunch of 14, 15-year-old boys on here and they're not used to this kind of thing, but the girls are out there and I'm not exactly sure why everybody's acting like this when they do.
Yeah, I've been in lobbies with female gamers before on the other team, and even my friends say some pretty, we'll leave it at messed up things.
Yeah. They get, the guys out there get a little bit raunchy at times. I actually have a couple commentaries that I've done myself where all I do is go through my inbox. I'll start saving up the messages that people send me. And then I do a whole thing about it and I share it with the entire YouTube world. Look at what I am getting. This is absolutely ridiculous. Which makes for a funny video, but at the same time, it can get a little bit annoying having these things constantly pop in there.
Oh, I can completely understand that. Just as being a bigger YouTuber, I get a lot of annoying messages. And now to get those just because, I'm a different sex, that would drive me up the wall.
Yeah. So now you're gonna, after this video posts on your channel, you're gonna get all these messages from girls saying I want to see your wiener.
Maybe. Now, who knows where that's gonna go.
Yeah.
But another big thing is, don't you get a lot of shit if you beat a guy at a game?
Oh, definitely. Actually, it's kind of funny. Half of them will just end up quitting because you get the whole oh, whatever, you're never gonna beat me, blah blah blah. And I don't consider myself an amazing gamer or anything of the sort, but I definitely have my good moments and such. And so when I do beat them, especially when they've been talking a whole bunch of crap in the lobby, they kind of just leave. They don't even say oh, there's no apologies or good job, good game, blah blah blah. They just go, is what I've found, more than anything.
Yeah, I don't know. If I got beat by a girl at gaming, I personally wouldn't be too upset about it because, honestly, it's moving some sticks around and clicking some buttons.
Yeah.
Just because you have, boobs and a vagina and I have a penis doesn't really make our hands much different.
This is true. This is very true.
Plus, I actually find it harder to game with really big hands, so maybe having a female smaller hand might be beneficial. Who knows?
Yeah, I never thought of it like that. It might be an advantage.
I'm taking this a little too technical, but...
Yeah, no, I've never gone that route. Are my little fingers better? Maybe, but I feel like it would be harder because I have the tack layouts. I have to reach all the way over to knife anybody, so I rarely have any knife kills.
Yeah, I don't really knife. Maybe I'll eventually do a video of it and I'll prove why I don't knife. That's probably the worst thing ever to me.
Is it always a disaster?
Even with Commando, I always look like a jackass during it. I'll go flying past someone and fall off a cliff, or just the most unfortunate events happen when I try knifing.
Right. Yeah, I think you should do that now, actually. Put up a whole gameplay, whether you...
Yes, let's embarrass me on YouTube. Yeah, why not?
It's got to be up there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. one of my old philosophies is take your best game out of 5 and just post it, even if all 5 of them were bad. I might have to do that with knifing.
Yeah, give it a shot. It would be interesting to see.
So says the person who won't be losing.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's also some benefits to being a girl gamer, female gamer too. I mean,
You think so?
well, I know that you might disagree, and I know a lot of people and a lot of female gamers, if you guys are watching this, might hate me for this, but I do know a lot of people subscribe to some YouTubers that are females just because they're female.
Yeah, this is true.
Now,
I mean, I don't really show my, like, I mean, obviously you can tell from my voice that I'm a girl, but I only have one video up where you can actually see my face. And so they could, for all they know, I could be like some 300-pound chick, you know, like chilling in my like lazy boy playing. Like I don't feel like just because you're a girl it should be that appealing, because I feel like the you know the stereotype is they're going to be like all nasty anyways. So I don't know. I mean, they definitely do, I guess, gravitate towards you because you're a girl, but I don't feel like they necessarily should, you know?
Agreed. I mean, you definitely get a lot of hate because of it and probably get called like a fat whore a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Even though they've never seen a picture, they don't know who you are, and they just know you're a female. But you still do have the ones that subscribe to you just because you are a chick.
Yeah, most definitely.
But I think it's got to be harder at the same time, because you've got to come into a male-based industry and state yourself and assert yourself, which is never easy.
Yeah.
Especially as history's shown with any females in any workplace, you know, it definitely takes a lot of work.
I mean, I definitely like I come in and you know like I have my good games and such. I feel like you know the people that play with me, like I generally play with the same guys every time. Like I have my little group, you know, and like I've earned my spot in the group not just because like we all get along chit chatting over Xbox and whatnot, but like I do well and I can definitely hang with the guys with my gaming skills, if you want to call it, that I have. But like entering into like this male dominated place isn't too far off for me. Like as for my job, like in the real world, I am a firefighter. And so I'm actually sort of used to that. Like my whole day, every time I go to work, I'm the only female on my crew. So I guess I can, you know, I don't have a problem trying to get in with the boys club, I guess you could say.
Well, not sure what to say to that one. You know, there's kind of that boundary where I'm trying to be respectful,
Right.
and at the same time, I kind of want to say that's a little bit hot, but I'm married, so it's also kind of negated. I mean, it's a confusing subject for that one.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, do you have any like guy friends on your Xbox Live account that you just absolutely love? You know,
That I love?
well, you game with a lot, you guys have a great time, it's always fun, and they back you up, or do they kind of just like leave you out there?
No. I definitely like I have like Lazivo, Brosif Stalin. They're both YouTubers as well. But when I get on, I'm always playing with at least one or two of them. Like I guess out of everybody, I guess the other one, Brutal. Like the three of them, I should say, hands down, like always back me up. If somebody starts like yelling random crap in the lobby, like they definitely have my back, and you know they always speak up for me if I guess if I'm not doing it myself. I feel like generally I'm able to, you know, hold my own, and if someone's being rude, I'll definitely call them out on it. But those three guys are definitely always there for me, which is nice. It's nice to know, you know, you have that being you get so much crap all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely nice to have friends to back you up. I have the same type of a situation because there's a pro gamer with the name CLRCCA, and I get called out and, you know, called a fanboy all the time for that, and my friends back me up on that as well. Obviously, yours is a little bit bigger scale because every lobby you go into, you get shit for.
Yeah.
Me, it's, you know, 1 out of every 50 lobbies.
Right. I wish I could record, like, it's just for me at least, it's too much of a pain to record, like, every single game in every lobby. You know what I mean? Because you're just constantly having to, like, stop and save files so you remember what's what. At least I do. And so, like I told you earlier, like, I always try to do commentaries where I show these messages that I get, but, like, those don't even compare to like what you hear live. And I'm at some point I'm going to try to do this, like spend a night where I just record every lobby that I go into, so you can hear these like conversations going on. Like with a message, they make this one, blatant statement. However, when there's like this whole dialect going on between whether it's me and whatever guy on the other team is talking a bunch of crap. But like once like my friends and all the other loudmouths like join in, it can get kind of funny at times. I think I'm definitely gonna need to pick a time where I can just sit down and deal with it and record every single lobby that I go into, get something out there for everybody to hear.
I would definitely listen to that one.
Yeah. It'll make for an enjoyable 8 minutes, I assure you.
Oh, I have no doubts. I know what happens if I run into people who claim to be chicks, but they're not.
Right.
And I flip on them long enough. So if people are like me and they think for some reason you are a guy on there and they do the same stuff I do, that would be an interesting one too.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Do you have to convince people a lot that you're actually a female?
I guess I get asked a lot if I'm like a 12-year-old boy, and I say no, and if they believe me or not, I kind of like I don't go out of my way to convince them that I am, like I'll definitely answer them and be like, no, I'm a girl, but yeah, I just kind of leave it there. And so I probably, if they're asking me if I'm a little boy in the first place, I'm not sure if they would believe me when I tell them that I'm not. So, but that's whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go out of my way to change their minds.
Yeah, and the only real way to change someone's minds and, most 10, 15-year-olds that play would be to send them pictures, and we know what kind of pictures we're talking.
And that's not going to happen.
Oh, you don't want to go to jail for jailbait?
No, not really. No, I'm not into that too much.
But I know you've got, a pretty successful YouTube. I know you've got, your friends online and all that, but my question would be, you're a little bit older like me.
Uh-huh.
You're not 12 years old. So would you find that most of your subscribers are younger than you, like really, really young, or have you found that little group that's about your age?
I'd say it's about half and half. Like when you look at the little insight on your videos and such and tells you the demographics of everything, there's probably like half or definitely minors, like 17 and below, but the other half are like I forget what that range is, but like that 25 to 35 or whatever it is that YouTube breaks it down in. But yeah, it's about half and half. And I actually have a pretty high, I think I have like a 19% female population like in there. So I think that's pretty cool. I know it's a lot higher than some of the other guys that I know on YouTube. I think that has to do with some of I put up a couple like Black Ops parody songs, but they're to like Kesha and Lady Gaga and stuff, and so I think that's where those girls are coming from. Not necessarily my commentaries, because they can't really relate to a lot of those, being that they're about stuff at the firehouse and the video games and whatnot. So I don't know.
Are you trying to say I'm not allowed to sing Katy Perry?
Oh, no, you can totally sing Katy Perry, and I will definitely sing along with you if you ever want to. Yeah. But I'm thinking the next one I'm going to be doing Britney Spears, so I don't know how all those teenage boys and the 25 to 35-year-old men are going to feel about that, but it's something I want to do because I enjoy it. So I'm thinking that's where we're going next with these parody songs.
Well, that one will definitely be interesting.
Yeah, it will. It will.
But for those of you who have not checked out her videos, I recommend you do. She does have great parodies. I know in the past I've totally dissed people that did them. I've called them out on them and said they're garbage, but she actually had some really good ones. I found myself listening to them. I actually know some of the lyrics now even.
Very nice.
So go check out her videos. Make sure you show some love to her page. Please, please do not say Circus sent me boobs or any bullshit. Because it's not going to happen, guys.
No, it's not that way, not that way.
But it was great having a commentary with you. I'm sure we'll have another one in the future.
I hope so. I've had fun.
And if any of you guys have any future questions, I'm sure she'll be checking the comments time to time, and we'll be glad to answer them.